Most students who failed their first year of university were not lazy. They were serious. They worked hard. They wanted to succeed, but they failed because nobody sat them down and told them how university actually works. And by the time they figured it out on their own, it was already too late. My name is Ahmad. I'm final year electrical engineering student at Bayero University, Kano. I have spent 4 years in this system. I have seen this happen to people around me. I made some of these mistakes myself. The mistake that destroy first year students are the same everywhere. The system just never wants you. This video is what I wish someone gave me before my first week of university system. If you apply even half of them, your first year will look completely different from almost everyone around. Before I start, if you know someone just started university this year, pause this video right now and send it to them. Do not wait until the end, because the people who need this video are the ones who did not know they need it yet. Point number 1, unlearn everything and start from zero. The most dangerous student entering university is the one who thinks they are ready. You first jump. Maybe you went through IJMB, maybe you attended an expensive private school, maybe you are a top student in your public schools. I'm telling you, none of that matters the moment you walk through that university gate. University is completely different language. The way you study before does not transfer. The way you thought about learning before does not transfer. The confidence you carry before, that might actually work against you, because the students who struggle the most in their first year are always the ones who came in certain that they already knew enough. They skip the first few weeks because they think the content is too basic. They don't ask questions because they think it will make them look slow. They even challenge lecturers, and then the first real test comes. They are confused and it is too late to go back. What you need to do from day one is become genuinely curious. Assume that you know nothing. Treat every lecture that it might contain something that your entire future depends on. Because here is the truth. The students who perform the best in first year are not always the smartest ones. They are the most humble ones. The one who show up empty and ready to be filled. Start from zero no matter who you are. Point number 2, you have to get a mentor before your first test. The fastest way to navigate any system you do not understand is to find someone who already has. Every university is different. And within that university, every department is different. And within that department, every single lecturer has their own style. The way they teach, the way they set text, the specific things they word in exam answers. A senior student who has already taken that course can tell you in 10 minutes what will take you an entire semester to figure out on your own. They will tell you this lecturer always asks one question from the last topic of every chapter, or this one does not care about your working. He wants the final answer cycle clearly, or this one gives CA question from the exact wording in the handout. That kind of knowledge is not in any textbook. You cannot Google it. The only way you get it is from someone who lived it before you. And yet, most first year students walk into their first test completely blind. Why? Because they were too proud. They assume their secondary school knowledge is enough, or they simply do not know that kind of membership is available to them. Do not make that mistake. Find a serious senior in your department within your first 2 weeks, someone who has good grade and is willing to share. Buy them a meal or drinks if you have to. The information they give you is worth far more than the cost. One other competition before your first exam can completely change your result. Point number 3, build your personal timetable and protect it. I want to tell you something fascinating. In 4 years at Bayero University, Kano, every single semester that I made a personal study calendar and I follow it, I performed well. My grades were good, my skills were growing, and every single semester that I abandoned that calendar, said yes to everything, follow crowds, let my days happen to me instead of planning them, everything collapsed. Every single time. I was running a media business. I was building tech projects. I was working toward the mission of retiring my parents from work before I graduate. I have more on my plan than most students around me. And the only thing that kept me from falling apart completely was structure. Here's what a real timetable looks like. Not the one you make in your head, a written one, a daily plan that matches your actual lecture schedule. In a heavy lecture day, you read more than night. On a light day, you go deeper into one topic. You plan when you sleep, when you eat, when you study, and when you rest. And crucially, your timetable must say no to things by default. If a friend calls and it is not in your plan, no. If there is an event that week and it's a complete with your reading, no. If someone wants to hang out and your reading is not done, no. A timetable that never says no is not a timetable, it is a decoration. I want to remind you again, this BUK calendar is only 6 months. It's only 2 months for full 2 semesters. There is no buffer. There is no recovery from failure. You either start with structure or you spend the rest of the year catching up. Build your calendar this week with 4 classes. And for taking like to a grade depending on age because they do. The point number 4, no extracurriculars activities in first year. Not yet. I know this one is going to be unpopular, but I need to say it clearly. Do not join clubs, associations, or any extracurriculars activities in your first year. Not yet. I know how that sounds. University is supposed to be about more than just studying. The clubs, the events, the associations. That is part of the experience, right? Yes. But that experience costs time. And in your first year, time is the one resources you cannot afford to waste. Your CGPA is built from the ground up. The grades you earn in your first year form the foundation of your entire academic record. And unlike later years, you cannot go back and rebuild a weak foundation. Every hour you spend in a club meeting in the first year is an hour you could have spent understanding how your lecturers think, understanding how tests are structured, building habits that will carry you through the next 3 or 4 years. I have watched students enter university full of energy, joining the 5 different clubs, attending every event, meetings, building their social life immediately. And by second semester, they are scrambling too fast. They are shocked that the grades do not reflect how hard they feel their work. First year is not the time to be everywhere. First year is the time to understand the system. Lock in your CGPA foundation and move the habit that make everything else possible. From second year onwards, join everything. Big things, build your network. You will be doing it in a position of strength instead of desperation. And point number 5, discover how you study, not how they study. Let me ask you something. Do you understand better in the morning or at night? Do you retain more when you read silently or when you write things down? Do you understand faster when you are alone or when you explain things to someone else? If you do not know the answers to those questions, that is the first thing you need to find out. Because here's the problem. Most of the students enter university and immediately copy the study style of whoever is around them. They study at the same time their roommate studies. They follow the approach of whoever appears to be doing well in their class. And they never stop to ask, is this actually working for me? Every brain is different. Every person absorbs and retains information differently. What works brilliantly for one person can be completely ineffective for another. I learned this through years of trial and errors. And the students I have watched succeed consistently are not the one who study the longest. They are the one who figure out their own method early and then apply it relentlessly. Your first year is actually the perfect time to run this experiment. Try reading first, then test yourself. Try teaching a topic to a friend. Try writing summaries by hand. Try recording yourself explaining a concept and listening back. Find what actually moves the needle for you, and then do only that. Point number 6, stop following the genius of your class. Every class has one. The person who seems to know everything, who knows every question the lecturer asks, who is always carrying a textbook and no more than everyone around it. And almost every new student does the same thing. They try to follow that person. They study when that person studies. They adopt that person's habits. They measure themselves against that person constantly. Here's what you need to understand. You see their results, you do not see everything they sacrificed to get here. That person didn't until 3 in the night. You don't know what their body is built to handle. You don't know what their full history with the material. You do not know what they are not doing that you are. You only see the facts that look impressive. And more importantly, their system might be completely wrong for you. Moving in groups feel productive, working across campus together sitting in the same reading room, looking busy at the same time. It feels like you are all making progress. Most of the time you are not. Run your own race quietly, consistently, without comparing your chapter to someone else's highlights. The students who wins in the long run are really the ones who made the most noise in first year. They are the ones who put their head down, bullied their system, and trusted the process. I want to leave you with this. University is one of the greatest opportunities you will ever be given, not just for a degree or the chance to build yourself, your mind, your discipline, your character, your network in a way that a very few environment in life can offer you. But that opportunity has a time limit and it does not wait for you to be ready. The system I share with you today are not theory. I live them. I watch others live them, some of them in the right direction, some of them, including myself at times, in the wrong one. Reset your mindset. Find your mentor, build your calendar, protect your first year, cover your methods, and run your own race. Do these things and your university experience will be completely different from most of the people around you. If this video helped you in any way, make sure you subscribe because this is just the beginning. I documented this journey oftenly, building businesses, studying engineering, trying to retire my parents from work before I graduate. Every lesson, every mistake, every win. If you have any question or which video you want to see next, make sure you comment down below. I will make sure to make that video and answer this question. Share this video with someone starting university this year. One share from you might be the difference between a great first year and a devastating one for someone you care about. I'll see you in the next one.